Living with mental health, it's just like a lot of nights where you're just awake, and you're always thinking, and just about stuff that really is going to make no difference. Like, no difference. And you know what baffles me the most is like people that don't have mental health, um, and really stigmatize mental health and, you know, make a big scene. Not to bring this up, but it's just an example that, you know, he's just one of many that would point fingers and be like, "Wait, you've got a problem, you're horrible, you got mental health." And yet they're the same people that like believe in conspiracy theories. Like my ex. Where do you think, my question to these people are, where do you think conspiracy theories come from? I know it's not other normal people. I mean, it's the same people that wear like metal hats. Newsflash, they do have mental health problems. So who's really the one struggling with mental health? Is it me? Or is it the person believing in conspiracy theories? I mean, are we not the same? So yeah, that's something that's always kind of like just sat at the back of my head, kind of watching people, observing the contradictions. Contradictions meaning they say one thing and then they do something else that goes against what they were just like saying. So if you know, if they're running away from a person like me with mental health, and they're running towards another person that has mental health, conspiracy theories and all this junk, you know, what are a few? And you know, mind you, you really have to take a look at yourself, like 100%, in the way that's honest. Not, oh, you know, bullshit. If you really are true to yourself, then, you know, you gotta believe in the same thing all across the board, like throughout all avenues of your life. So, medicine. Okay. So if you believe that the injections or what have you given to us are not good for us, then why accept injections, medicine, what have you, to cure yourself of any flus, colds, you know, what was the one, was it the Ebola virus? Something like that. The Spanish flu vaccines, like, give those vaccinations back and see how long you survive for. I don't know. You know, something that you never had control over was when you were born. So you were given a lot of vaccines, but that you're okay with. Or let me take another route. Is if you have a heart attack, who's the first person you go to? Where is the conspiracy theory against that? You know, open heart surgery, heart donors, liver transplants. Like, the world's the limit. If you're gonna go with like one minute little point of view, what about the rest of it? I mean, it all falls into not believing into medicine. Yeah, it just, people kind of really make me think, like, are we smarter than monkeys, or are we just like a bunch of monkeys? Let me just edit that out. Okay, are we really the smarter humans, or are we no different than the world we live in terms of like the animals, mammals, what have you? So a lot of point of views kind of like go against, and it's each person. Like, it's no different. It's just nobody really goes with one point of view. Like, they say one thing, but then they go and do something else. So it just kind of, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's just not common sense to me. Anyhow. Yeah, so one point of view is like medicine, injections. And then what gets me is like, okay, you've had this point of view for how long? About medicine or the world or space. But not one person challenging those conspiracy theories has gone out to actually study and or get their PhD or designation or what have you to like go and find out for themselves in those industries. Do you know what I mean? Like they're self-proclaimed diplomas or degrees. So I just if you really think that there are conspiracies in the medical field or in space, go get yourself a degree, diploma, whatever you need. Get hired by NASA or, you know, in the world of medicine or politics or what have you, and find out for yourself, for God's sakes, instead of like crying wolf. Or just preaching, or forget about preaching, just like yelling, you know, just, or instead of coming up with these like really, or just recycling the jargon, the word vomit that you've heard from someone else. So basically they vomited something, you pick it up, and then you pretty much put it in your mouth, and then you vomit the same thing. It's no different what a dog would do. I mean, a lot of dogs, they throw up, and then they eat their own throw up. Like, they eat their own vomit again, just to throw up again. So, yeah. To me, it's a lot of word vomit. A lot of word vomit. You know, people are like, oh, you're not educated, you're not educated. In the end, who's really educated? You know, even the most educated, they're the ones spewing off the word vomit. Recycling, eating someone else's vomit, and then throwing that up in front of other people. So, I mean, take a good look at what you're listening to, who you're listening it from. You know, a lot of the time you don't have the information on their background, who the person is, what the material you're reading online, or, you know, speaking with, or what have you. You just don't know. So instead of taking it food for thought or gold, you know, what's the phrase? All glitter is not really gold. So yeah. Just it's a lot of stuff that, you know, I mean, before getting to this point in my life, I always embraced personalities and different perspectives, and you know, I was always the first to like expand my point of view and embrace a lot of like ideas. And I don't mean ideas like conspiracy theories or anything like that, just happiness, like thoughts of or conversations, forget about thoughts, more like conversations. You know, I was just interested to see like different optimisms of life, and then I came across this part, and it's just, you know, stuff that I would have not paid attention to. I'm paying attention to now. When I was working, I wasn't paying attention to, and now for whatever reason I'm paying attention to it like tenfold. And I'm now practicing to stop paying attention to it, you know. But yeah, if you're gonna tell me something, then make sure you have your PhD, diploma, or degree to back, or MD designation, who knows, whatever it is, some degree or diploma in that field, to prove to me that you know your shit or you've seen something that I have not seen. Other than that, leave me the fuck alone. And leave the people who are actively doing something, leave them alone. You know, for the most part. You know, there was a theory going around that, you know, from cavemen, we've accomplished so much that we have this kind of technology, but no one believes that it's from just natural evolution. You know, there were injections, DNAs, chromosomes, like everything was played with. So if you're gonna sit there and say that you're the smartest, you don't need injections, or you know, the medical world, the medical field, or space, or what have you, you have developed and arrived, and you're here based on all of that pondering or fiddling or what have you throughout history, from the medical world, from all these different places. So go ahead, don't take the injections, but if the world evolves and you don't, you're the reason why you stopped yourself from growing and or advancing, and your generations that follow. So who knows? It could go anywhere. I mean, I'm not going to say stop from, you know, expressing your, you know, everybody has freedom of speech. I'm not going to say stop your freedom of speech, but really take a good hard look at yourself before being like, yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's all. It doesn't make sense. It's really stupid if you look at it like as a whole, like outside of yourself and these little tiny like micromanaging like lines. But if you look as a macromanager, like the whole bigger picture, it's like really stupid. Like wasting time on stupid things. I don't know. Going against something like this and, you know, earning a productive living. You know, what would you rather? What are you doing? Are you making a productive living, or are you just like sitting there like a little turkey? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Anyhow. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. See ya.
Subscribe.